Buenos días. Hoy es miércoles y son las 12. It's Wednesday and it's 12 o'clock. So it's time for our second installment of Community Spanish this week, as I'm broadcasting live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. In addition, we still have our children's programming going on. So we have the children's Spanish every morning at 11 and children's French every morning at 10:30. So please feel free to tune into that with your kids, with your coworkers, whoever you think might be interested to watch these videos and learn something new and keep their language fresh during this time when many of us are stuck at home. So in addition to these live videos, we also have some extra resources that we are making to go along with the videos that are posted on the Facebook Live page on our website. So if you want to get a little more practice with one of the concepts, or you want to watch a video again, or you want to see a collection of all the videos in one place, you're welcome to check out our website, where you can find, again, the videos are all organized there by topic. So you have like your community Spanish lessons, your children's French lessons. Everything is there. So please check out those resources, and also please feel free to share them with anyone else who you think might like them, and let us know, what are you enjoying? What do you want us to do? There's a virtual suggestion box on the Facebook Live webpage on our witebsite. You can also send us a message on Facebook or leave a comment to let us know any topics you want us to teach. We're happy to take requests. So without further ado, I'm going to start on today's lesson, which is for some of our more basic Spanish learners, but it's a good review really for anyone, because it's something that you have to use at all levels, and these are the Artículos definidos e indefinidos. In English, definite and indefinite articles. This is a nice grammar word for it, but I'm going to explain what that is, and in kind of more regular human words and how to use them. It's a pretty simple concept, but very, very important. So we will get started on that lesson. So we're going to start with the definite articles first, or artículos definidos. So what this is basically is just the grammar word to describe the word the in English, okay, that we put before things when we know which thing it is. So for example, when we say the book, we know which book it is, right? We're referring to one that's specific. So that's really what definite articles are about. It's just to refer to something specific and goes in front of the thing, like the book, okay? And so in English, there's only one word for the, but in Spanish, there actually are 4 words for the, and I'm going to explain what they are and how do you know when to use which one. I promise it's not too scary. So the idea is that there are 4 different words in Spanish, because in Spanish, every object has a gender. It's either a masculine object, or like a male object, or a feminine object, a female object. So we have to choose between these 2 things when we want to put this word in front of a thing in Spanish. So we have to know if the thing is masculine or feminine. So in another video I did about gender of words, so feel free to check that out if you need a refresher, is about some common endings we can look at words to be able to know if it's likely that they're feminine or masculine. We have included here on the page. For example, words that end in o or e are ones that tend to be masculine. Words that end in a or sion, for example, or ad, these tend to be feminine words. Okay, so you can look at some of these clues in the word to know, is the object masculine or feminine? So that's the first thing you need to know, is deciding the gender of the object. And the second thing we need to know is about if it's one of the object or more than one, if it's singular or plural. So that's why we have 4 words for the in Spanish, because we have to choose the gender and also the number. So that's why we have 4 possible combinations, as you can see here on the page. So for example, if something is masculine and it's just one, singular, we use the word el to mean the. If the word is more than one and it's masculine, we use los. So for example, like before I had the book as my English example. So in Spanish, I would say el libro. So that would be the book, because I know that it's the book. The word for book is masculine, and there's only one book. So that's why we use el. Now, if it's more than one book, like a group of books, the books, then I'm going to say los libros. So now this is still masculine, but it's plural. It's more than one. Now, on the other hand, if we have something that's feminine, like for example, if I want to say the table, the word for table in Spanish is mesa, ends with a, so it's a feminine word. So for this one, I'm going to use the word la in front to be the, is la. So la mesa, because mesa is a feminine word and it's only one, it's singular. So we use la. And then just like we did with for libro and libros, el became los. It's the same kind of idea here, where la is going to become las for the tables. So just have to keep in mind when you are using these words in Spanish to remember the gender of the thing you're describing and the number. Okay, so that's why we have those 4 words, el, los, la, and las. Okay. So a couple of pointers about when we need to include these words like el or los or la or las. We have some notes down at the bottom of this page. So for example, when we're talking about things like general topics, that's usually how I like to think about it. We usually use that in Spanish, we have to use the word the, but in English we don't. So for example, in English, we would just say music, but in Spanish, we should say la música. So when talking about kind of general topics, we should use the articles. Now, we also should use articles when talking about someone's title, like when you're addressing someone. So it's, for example, we said el señor Garcia, so Mr. Garcia. So it would be el señor, la señora, los señores, las señoras. So we should use this when we're saying the title, like the name of someone. With languages, this is important. So we should also use the articles with languages. So if we're talking about español or inglés, francés, alemán, whatever language it is, we should use an article in front of it. So el español, el inglés, el alemán, to give some examples. And the last one, we use these articles when we talk about days of the week and the seasons. So for example, we have here, yo estudio los martes. So I study on Tuesdays. We can see that we say los martes. That's the way for us to say in Spanish on Tuesdays. Like it's my general behavior. I do it on Tuesdays. But for example, we said yo estudio el martes. Maybe it just means like this one Tuesday, this Tuesday. But the important thing is that we're using a word like el or los or la or las. So those are the definite articles in a nutshell. So we're going to do an exercise to practice together before we move on to talk about indefinite articles. So we're going to scroll down to the exercise here and see if we can answer some questions. Let's see, you have here on to ejercicio 4. Okay, this is one we want to do together. So we are filling out the blank, and so feel free to write in the comments if you want to give your answers or just say it out loud. And I mean, of course, I can't hear you from your home, but it's still good practice, or just keep to yourself whatever you prefer. So, but I'd be happy to interact with people in the comments, and I'll try to keep looking to see if you people are putting their answers up. So this one we have to choose which article should go best in the blank. So this is where these kind of tricks I was saying about how to know the gender of an object is going to really come in handy. So because we have these words here, we have their endings, so we're going to look at those for clues about what we should do. So let's try number 1 together. So número 1. So here we have chica. So you think if it's chica, which article should we use? El, la, los, or las? So again, we're choosing the gender and the number. So if we're choosing by gender, and it's chica, what do you think? What would work the best? It would be feminine, right? Because chica ends with a, okay? And then is it singular or plural? One or more than one? So it's just one. So we should use la. And I'll write that in so we have all the information here in one place. La chica, okay? Compra, and then we have sombrero, again ending with o, and there's just one, so we're going to use el sombrero, okay? And then we have joyas, okay? So we can see the a, so feminine, and as means plural, so las joyas. And then for the last part, we have tienda. So ending with a, so feminine, and one or more than one, just one. So la. La chica compra el sombrero y las joyas en la tienda. Okay, so that's the first one. Now let's try number 2 together. Okay, so we'll go to number 2, and then I'm going to answer. I saw a question in the comments about when to use le, which was something completely different, but I'm just going to address that question briefly in a second. So we have for número 2, we have muchacho, okay, the word muchacho, boy, okay, so boy kind of gives away the gender, so it's going to be masculine, and we're just one. So we have el muchacho, prepara, and then we have comida, ends with a and no s, so we can say it's probably singular, it's not plural, so la comida. And then we have the word cocina, so cocina ends with a, no s, so it's just singular, so also la again. El muchacho prepara la comida en la cocina. So before we go on to number 3, I want to answer this question very briefly about the question was when to use le, the word le. So as we can see, it's not in any of the words we looked at today so far, because we saw el, los, la, and las. So le is a word that means either to him or to her or to you, formal, to usted. So this one's from a different category of words. So again, le means to him, to her, or for him or for her, or to or for you, formal, usted. So this one we won't be using in these words that mean the. So very good question. Okay, so let's go on to número 3. So we have ríos, okay, ends with s, so plural, and then we have o for the ending of the word originally, so masculine and plural. So we have los ríos. Okay, los ríos están en la costa, and then we have montañas. Okay, so we have a, so feminine, ese, plural, so las montañas. Next one, we have mesetas. So mesetas, just like montañas, ends with s, and we also see the a, so we know that it's feminine, so feminine and plural, we use las mesetas. Okay, están en el interior. Let's keep going. Número 4, we have abuela, again, a ending, so feminine, and then no s, so singular, so feminine, singular. We're going to use la. La abuela compra, then we have regalo, ends with o, masculine, and no s, so singular, el regalo. Para, and then we'll see if we can just fill this one out together. With nieto goes el nieto. So the grandmother buys the gift for the grandson. Okay, la, el, and el. All right, keep going. We have 2 more to finish before we go on to our next part of the lesson. So we have camarero, again ends with o, so masculine, and there's no s on the end, so it's just one, singular. So el camarero. Pone, and then we have vaso, also ends with o, like camarero, so masculine, singular again. El vaso. Okay. Then we have next is copa, ends with a, so feminine, but again still singular, so la copa. Then we have plato, o ending, no s, so el again. Then we have cuchara, so ends with a again, so we have another feminine object, la cuchara, and y tenedor. This is one we haven't seen like this before, but words that end with or are usually masculine. So we are going to use here el tenedor. Okay, el tenedor. All right, on our last one before we transition to talking about the indefinite articles. So we have periódicos. So we can see it ends originally with o and it has s, so masculine and plural. Los periódicos, the newspapers. Novelas. What would it be? Las novelas, feminine plural, the novels. Libros, we saw that one definitely from before, so this one hopefully should be easy. Los libros. And enciclopedias, encyclopedias, ends with a, so feminine, and s, plural, so las enciclopedias están en biblioteca, ends with a, so feminine, and just one, so singular, en la biblioteca. Okay, so hopefully by this point you're feeling pretty comfortable with this idea about these different words for the in Spanish. These are the definite articles. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about indefinite articles. And again, I'm going to explain what does that grammar word mean in one moment. So going to go to the next section. It's talking about the indefinite articles. So whereas the definite ones are talking about the, where you know specifically what the thing is, the indefinite articles are talking about something where you don't have a specific one in mind. It's usually when we use a word like a or an or some in English. We're talking about something in general, not a specific one. Okay, so but this one I think is pretty easy to learn because it follows the same kind of idea as the definite ones. So just like how in the definite articles in Spanish we have 4 options because we have the gender and the number, it's the exact same way for the indefinite ones. So we have masculine words and feminine words, singular words and plural words. Okay, so so we can look here to see what those words are. So for example, we have, if it's masculine and singular, we use un. Un, and you can repeat this with me just to help you absorb them. So un, for this would be like saying a or an. So for example, a book would be un libro versus some books, plural. And again, we know from the last exercise that libro is masculine. So we're going to use the masculine plural one. So we say unos libros. And I'll write these down here too. So we have un libro, a book, unos libros, some books. Then now for feminine, we have one. I'll use the same examples from last time just to make the contrast easy to see. So I'll use mesa as my feminine word. So we have una mesa, so una for feminine singular, and unas mesas for feminine plural. So it's again like saying a or an for the singulars, un or una, and then like the word some for the plurals, unos and unas. Okay, so again, it works pretty much the same as the definite one. So hopefully it's easy for you to kind of learn these together. So of course, we're going to do a practice exercise before we wrap up the lesson for today. And then I'm going to be posting another exercise up on the website, as I said. So if you want to practice more with these definite and indefinite articles, there'll be more resources up for you on the website. So you're welcome to check that out at any time, or also to check it out if you want to watch this video again later or share it with a friend or something. All of the links and the worksheets will be on the website. So please feel free to check those out. So we'll do one exercise together here where we have to choose which is the right indefinite article to put in the blank. So again, remember our options. We can choose either un, una, unos, or unas. So these are our options. And we should use the clues on the word to, just like we did in the last one, to determine are these masculine, feminine, singular, plural. So we have these clues to look at. So let's try for the first one, but with tomate. Okay, tomate. So if we think about this one, based on what we know, is it going to be masculine or feminine? And we have the ending of a. So if you remember from the box last time, if it ends with a, most likely it's going to be a masculine word. Okay, and then this one, is it singular or plural? One or more than one? We have tomate. So just one. Okay, so if it's masculine and singular, then we're going to put in front un. And again, please feel free to write your answers in the comments so we can follow along and make sure that everyone's understanding well. So we have un tomate for the first one, a tomato. Okay, let's do number 2. Número 2. We have the word manzanas, apples. Okay, so we can see, is it masculine or feminine? Manzanas. Be feminine, right? Because it has the a ending. Okay, and then manzanas with plural. Sorry, I said it with plural. It's a plural. So I meant to say with s. S means it's plural. So if it's feminine and plural, we should choose unas. Unas manzanas. So some apples. Unas manzanas. Versus las manzanas would be the apples or the apples. Okay. 3. We have here coliflor. Coliflor. So again, words that end with the or ending, as I mentioned before, usually masculine. And then one or more than one here. Just one, because it would be coliflores if it was more than one. So this one is just one, and it's masculine, so un coliflor, a cauliflower. Next we have for duraznos. So what do you think? Masculine or feminine? Singular, plural? Masculine. And plural, right? Because we have the S, so the O and the S ending. So we're going to use unos. Unos duraznos. Okay. All right, next one for lechuga. Lechuga. Let's see if you can just do it all on your own. Which one should we choose? If you said una, you would be correct. Una lechuga, because feminine and singular. A lettuce. Pepinos. Pepinos. Una, unos, o unas? Unos, right? Because pepinos are masculine and plural. Papa. So what do you think? Una, unos, unas. If it's papa. Be careful here, it's not papa. Papa with the accent on the end means dad, and dad would be masculine. But this is just papa, not papa, but papa. This would be, because it ends with A, it's feminine, and just one, so una papa, a potato. Okay, bananas, we have 3 to go. Bananas would be unas, because banana, feminine, and with S, so plural. All right, frambuesa, raspberry, frambuesa. What would you guess? Una frambuesa. Ends with A, so feminine, and just one, so singular. Okay, on to the last one. We have our melones. So words that ending with on, usually masculine. So melones would be masculine and plural, because melones, so unos melones. Okay, so again, hopefully now with some practice, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable. So just to recap, what we did today is talk about the definite and indefinite articles in Spanish. Definite ones meaning the, okay, and it could be el, la, los, or las, depending on the gender and the number, singular or plural. Now for the indefinite articles, meaning a or an or some in English, same idea of gender or number. So we have 4 options: un, una, unos, or unas. So muchas gracias por asistir. Thank you very much for tuning in for the video today. Again, please feel free to check out the resources I'm going to post on the website. So if you want to get some more practice, please comment on the video, please like it, share it, let us know what other topics you want us to learn. Otherwise, I will be back next on Friday, el viernes a las 12. So Friday at 12 as the schedule for our 3rd and final Community Spanish of this week. But otherwise, please feel free to tune in for the children's programming. Again, children's French every morning at 10:30 live, and children's Spanish every morning at 11 live. So we have lots of things going on. Gracias y adiós.